In my last video, I outlined the circumstances that led me to deciding to go full-time. In this video, I'm going to talk about whether I'm actually ready for that or not. Welcome back to Day One Voiceover. My name's Robert Vienna, and my channel has been dedicated to showing the process of getting started in a voiceover career from day one. And from this point forward, my channel is going to be to show what it's like to be full-time in voiceover, whether you're ready for it or not. My prior video, I spoke about some of the circumstances that led me to deciding to go full-time. Wasn't really my choice, wasn't my call, but it is my choice to go all in on voiceover to see if I can make it work now, officially full-time. And one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is because I wanted to put out there my stats for 2025 to show you what I've done, what I've accomplished or what I haven't accomplished. And the reason for that is because if you're coming across my channel, if the subject of the video caught your eye enough because maybe you are looking to go full-time, maybe you've been in voiceover for a while and you decided you wanted to finally go at this 100%, then at least you'll have a point of comparison. Whether it is to say, oh, well, if he's doing it with his measly stats, then I can do it. Or if it's to say, yeah, you know what, he hasn't quite accomplished, or he's accomplished more than I have. Maybe I still have a little ways to go, but I'm ready anyways. Whatever the case might be, I want to put this out there so that you have a point of comparison. And, I'll be able to update this as the months go along, as 2026 moves along, and see where I'm at with everything. So, first thing I want to talk about, though, is that since my last video a few weeks ago, I've been putting in the necessary work in the background to beef up my online profiles, my pay-to-play profiles. Voices.com, Voice123. Mainly Voices.com first, because that's where I have the most activity, and it's the one that I'm basically just going to start with and then transfer that information over to Voice123. But even last night, I was working through all of my demos and uploading more than I had before, and I think I pretty much have doubled my total number of demos on my profile than what I had just a couple of weeks ago. And I'm only halfway to where I want to get to. I want to be at least 30 demos per pay-to-play site. Maybe it'll be the same demos on both. I'm not exactly sure yet. But the thing is, you have to put in the necessary work to not just put the demos in there, but to title them properly so that they're SEO friendly, to tag them with up to 300 characters of adjectives and descriptions so that you can be found on the online profiles. It's no secret that these online pay-to-play sites are basically audition-based. You audition, you hope you get the job, perform well enough, and you win some work. Cool. But there is also a lot to be said for the work that you can win by having a good enough profile that you get found and you get invited privately to jobs, which makes it easier to win those jobs. So that's what this effort is, to beef up the profile so that I get found, and also so that the auditions that come my way are more voice matched. Over the last handful of months, the result of me not putting all the necessary effort into my profiles has shown in how things aren't necessarily working the way I want to. My voice matches have dropped as low as 50, 60% sometimes. And the more work you put into your profile, the more 100% voice matches you end up getting. So that's the reason for that work. And I'm doing that work. Listen, it is the holidays. The kid's home from her Christmas break, and she's a hyper 5-year-old that wants your attention at all times. So that's difficult. There's gatherings and family and gift opening and all that stuff during the holidays. Christmas was just 3 days ago. And so all of those are very real things that get in the way of productivity. But I'm still finding the time to put in the work, which is what you need to do. And admittedly, it's still not as much time as I should be putting, but I am putting in the time nonetheless. So I wanted to update you first of all on what I've done since my last video. I also won a job, which was great. I just one of the smaller jobs on Voices.com, but it's something. I hadn't actually won a job in more than 4 months, close to 5 months. And so it felt really good to finally win a job, which, by the way, that job, important lesson learned here, that job, the description had a reference to watch a video, and it was quite literally underneath it. It said, this is the voice we're trying to match. Well, my voice did not match that voice. Not in ethnicity, not in personality or anything like that. But I submitted anyways so that I can match the tone as best I could. I matched the tone and the attitude as best as I could possibly match it, but still just made it my own. Submitted the audition, and I actually won the job within about 10 minutes. Within about 10 minutes, I got a message saying, you got the job. Let's go ahead and record this. And there were 50 plus submissions already in the queue for that job. So I was very happy with that. Hopefully I can build off of that momentum going into next year. But I'm going to show my stats now. And again, one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this is because, especially if you have been following my channel, maybe you have some sort of impression of me, good or bad. And this will show you where I'm at. If you have this idea in your head that I've won all these jobs and made all this money doing this, that is absolutely not the case. And if you've thought to yourself, maybe he's some kind of fraud or something, then, hopefully you see I have some traction. But here you go. I'm going to put the stats up here, I believe, which, by the way, I'm in my walk-in closet, walk-in studios. I'm buried amongst my actual literal clothes. So here you go. First things first, of course, what everyone wants to know, earnings. For 2025, I've made $4,075. Now here's the deal. 90% of that came off of one job. You might remember that I did a spot for a tequila brand a little while back.
Código Tequila, made with agave, water, and nothing to hide. Live your code.
Nice little job. I think they ended up using about 4 different variations of that script. And 90% of the amount that you see here of the $4,000 came from that one job, which was fantastic. It was an absolute blessing. But I'm under no illusion that that average of $679 per job that you see down there is representative of most people that maybe are at their 6 hired jobs mark. So that's a little inflated. But as you can see there, 272 listens compared to 508 submissions. That's a little over half. I'm not sure if that's a good ratio or not. I tend to go in streaks. Sometimes most of mine get listened to, sometimes none of them do. But now that I have some additional time, I'm going to try and make an effort to respond as soon as I possibly can and hopefully get that listen rate up. Demo listens, 473, but demo favorites, 0. That's a terrible number. And so that speaks to either the bad quality of my DIY demos or my terrible early performance as I've been doing this, and that's what I've put into my demos. So hopefully my recent demos that have gone up are a little better quality. If you know how to find my profile, I ask you to go ahead and visit my profile on voices.com, listen to some of the demos, and tell me your thoughts. Give me some honest opinions. Actually, I'll put the link here to the to my voices.com link, and I invite you to check them out and tell me what your thoughts are. And then down at the bottom, booking ratio 85.1. That's the one that I'm at the very least holding on some hope to. None of those numbers are overly impressive. And I know some people have needed more auditions to get to their first win. Some people got their first win within the first 10 auditions. There's all sorts of stories out there, right? But an 85-to-1 booking ratio, I have been told, is pretty good. Again, however, that number is kind of inflated because 3 of those 6 jobs won came from one single project. There were 3 different scripts that the guy wanted me to read for, and there were 3 different Voices.com submissions. So it technically counts as 3 different jobs, but it was one total project. Regardless, I'm going to take that. 85-to-1 is what I'm writing, and that's what I'm going to go off of. But those are my numbers. And again, I'm showing them to you so that you, if you wish, would have a point of comparison for your own work to see where I'm at. And if you had this impression of me that I was some kind of rock star, far from it. But this is also going to be my starting point for 2026. It's good to have these stats here and available to you so that you know what it is that you're reaching towards. By next year, I hope to have that booking ratio perhaps in the 50s, 50-to-1, 30-to-1. Maybe the demo favorites up, but most definitely the total earnings much higher than what you see there, because that's certainly not a year's worth of salary. So anyways, As 2025 comes to a close here, first things first, I want to wish everyone an amazing new year. I hope you had a wonderful holiday so far. And just wanted to say thank you for all the people that I've met, all the advice I've gotten, and all the relationships that I've built along the way as a result of this channel. And I wish nothing but the absolute best for you as you go into the new year. Whether voiceover is going to remain a hobby or whether you're looking to go into it full time and you're working towards that, I hope you reach your goals, whatever that might be. Thanks very much. God bless, and I will see you soon.